By burning a cow and eating it. It'll be delicious. It'll be good, some good barbecue. I could really use some barbecue right now. September 9th, 9:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. Well, I guess this is it. Yeah. One way or another, this case gets decided today. Ah, Phoenix, look. Prosecutor Edgeworth. I received a call from the Chief Prosecutor's office yesterday. I was told that whatever Mr. White says today, it will be the absolute truth. No matter how you try to attack his testimony, if I raise an objection, I have it on good faith that the judge will listen to me. What? Does White have the judge in his pocket too? So you're saying I'm going to be guilty. End of story? I will do anything to get my verdict, Mr. Wright. Anything. What? Why? How can you torment an innocent person like this? Innocent? How can we know that? The guilty will always lie to avoid being found out. There's no way to tell who's guilty and who is innocent. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. So I make that my policy. Edgeworth, you've changed. Phoenix, you know him? Don't expect any special treatment, Phoenix Wright. Phoenix? Well, court will be starting soon. What? But wait! Your defense attorney isn't even here yet. They're not... I'll be defending myself. What? Okay, let's do this. Something's gonna happen. December 9th, 10 a.m. District Court, Courtroom number 1. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, are you sure you're up to doing this? Yes, Your Honor. I will be defending myself. Understood. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. As the details of the events are already quite clear to the court, today we will hear the testimony of a witness to the defendant's crime. I see. Prosecution may call its witness. That went far too smoothly. Why didn't the judge ask Edgeworth why his witness didn't testify before? It's like he already knows why. If anyone's going to raise an objection about this, I suppose it's me. Mr. Edgeworth, you owe an explanation to the court. Why didn't this witness testify in the trial against Miss Maya Fey? Humph. I'm ever so sorry. Mr. White is a busy man, and besides, at the time, I thought that Miss May's opinion was all that would be needed. Again, my sincerest apologies to the court. Excellent, Mr. Edgeworth. I appreciate your demeanor. Great. He gets to show off and I get nowhere. I would like to call Mr. Red White to the stand. I don't like this guy. Please state your full name. You wish to know the title of my personage? Glissy, glissy, glissy. Your name? Yes, that is what I said. Oh dear, do my locutions confuse? Name! These two are great together. My name is Red White, but my friends call me Blanco Nino. And I am the CEO, or to use a more common term, the president of Blue Corp. Did you know the victim, Miss Mia Fey? That would be a negatory. No, I did not. You were at the Gatewater Hotel at the night of the murder? Correct. And you witnessed the murder from there? Why tell you what you already know? Very well, Mr. White, you may begin your testimony. If I can't rip this guy's testimony apart, I'm done for. Why do I always feel like it's the end of the world and I'm the last man standing? Oh! Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. I hope you have made your peace with God, Mr. Lawyer. Let him have it, Phoenix. Let's see, it was about 9, I believe. I was quietly reading to you, some papers by the window. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. It was then I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over at once. She, too, was flabbergasted, of course. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Finally, there was a terrible impaction, then it was all over. If things occurred as you testified, then I'm afraid the defendant is guilty. Very well, defendant. Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Must have been when the attack. Must have been when you attacked, I assume. We see. Continue. Okay. Spiky-haired. Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over at once. She, too, was surprised, of course. Wasn't she busy? What was Miss May doing at that time? She had just finished watching a soap opera on TV and was weeping openly. Did you know she had been tapping the Faith office phone? Objection! Irrelevant, that has nothing to do with the case at hand. I care not, I will answer the lawyer-blowed inquiry. Miss May was acting alone when she tapped the phone of Miss Fay woman. You'd make a good politician, Mr. White. Oh, I know. After all, I am El Presidente. Please continue. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Can you be a little more detailed about that? I think it's worth knowing exactly what happened. Of course, comprende. I understand. The victim was attacked by you and ran to the left. Oh, there's something wrong. And you gave chase and struck her down. Are you sure? As you know, I am always absolutely perfect. Perhaps you could change your testimony to reflect this new detail. Are you sure about that? Okay. How many times must I hear that? Psst, Phoenix, doesn't something about that strike you as a little odd? Yes. This evidence clearly reveals contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are that evidence and the statement just now related? They aren't. They are... Not at all. Sorry. I didn't know I couldn't do anything. Sorry. My bad. Finally, there was terrible impaction. Okay, I need to go backwards. Okay. Okay. Victim ran to the left. There we go. This is what I want. Your Honor, that statement contradicts... maybe. It does? I don't see anything contradictory. Huh? Really? Okay, I'm bad at this. Oops. It goes well. Okay, sorry. Finally, there wasn't terrible impactation, then it was all over. Let me see what this is then. Impaction? Don't you mean just impact? Ridiculosity. I think you need to brush up on your language skills. On second thought, perhaps I'd better leave the whole language thing alone. Did Edward prep this guy too, I wonder? Anyway, I'd better find a weakness in there. Let's see, it was about 9, I believe. I was quietly pursuing and then reading to you some papers by the window. That's not what I want. I gotta look at my court stuff again. What do I have? Oh, that was what I wanted, sorry. I was doing the wrong thing. Oh wait, go back. Sorry, I gotta make sure I've clicked the right things.
Objection!
Wait, right there. Mr. Wright. White, you've dug your own grave. What is it this? You said the victim ran to the left, but that directly contradicts Miss May's testimony. She clearly stated that the victim ran right. Oh, ho ho. It is simple, you have misheard her. I think not. Look at the floor plans. The killer was here, and the victim here. If the victim ran to the left, as you claim she did, she would have been running directly away from the door. She would have been running into a dead end. Don't you find that odd? Very strange. I did see her run to the left, I did. Phoenix, look at his face. I don't think he's lying about this one. True. Maybe he really did see the victim run left. So he did witness the killing. Wait a second. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Miss May says right and Mr. White says left. Can you explain this contradiction to the court? Both are right. Both witnesses are telling the truth, for once. Ha, I doubt it. Or rather, that does not clear up the contradiction. There is one scenario that would explain their conflicting accounts. What? Obviously, the witness was not viewing the crime from the hotel. Mr. Wright, what do you mean? Yes, what do you mean? He was not viewing the crime from the hotel. If he was not in the hotel, where could he have been? In the law offices of Fay & Co., of course. More specifically, he was standing here. Time to show the court where Mr. White was standing. What if she ran left? Wait, what do I do here? Just present it? I don't... This is where he was. Look, when the victim ran for the door, if he was watching with a point to him, it would appear that she ran to the left. Ah. Please, this is no time for jokes in ill taste. That is where the killer was standing. Order. I will have order. Anyone disturbing the order of this court will be held in contempt. Mr. Wright, what are you suggesting? Ripscallion. The postulations of the defense are a distortion of the truth, Your Honor. Indeed, they do seem a bit far-fetched. Oh, you provided us with so much entertainment, Mr. Lawyer. What now? He's laughing. The hilarity of the moment made me remember something. It appears I have been unclear, and for this, I apologize. Mr. Your Honor, might I be allowed to testify once more? Very well, let's hear your revised testimony. Good luck. You can't fix a broken testimony, buddy. She ran to the left. Miss May's testimony was correct, as was mine. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left, and then you hit her savagely. That is what I saw. Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. She couldn't have. She died. She still went down instantly. She ran to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow. She was only hit once, though. That is what Miss May saw. You see, you hit her twice. Don't you remember, Mr. Lawyer? That does seem to make sense. Will you cross-examine the witness testimony? You bet I will. I mean, yes, Your Honor. Mr. White, the victim died from a single blow. What do you have to say to that? Now's my chance to hit him where it counts. Mr. White, wasn't it you who told this court you were abso-positively perfect? I will refrain from using this phrase from now on. Your Honor, if you could ask the witness for a new testimony. The witness is obviously confused, Your Honor. I would like to request a 10-minute break. Yes, quite. The witness is confused because he's lying. Emphatically request that there be no break, Your Honor. Yeah, we want justice. Don't let him get away. Very well. If the witness would care to revise his testimony. The crowd's on my side. No slipping out of this now, White. Mr. White? Oh, okay. 2 accounts. Well, see, I looked at the other window when I heard that thing fall. Then the next moment, I saw Miss Mia run to her left. The killer you attacked her, but she dodged. And then she turned and ran for the door. Then you did her in with a single blow. What thing? Thwop indeed. Very well, you may begin cross-examination. Mr. Honor, my stomach, you see, it is hurting. Deal with it. This is almost over. You heard that thing fall? What exactly was that thing? Huh? Oh, that. The glass light stand. Right. The one that had fallen over at the scene? Phoenix. Doesn't something about that strike you as odd? Yeah, that is odd. I'll press further. Mr. White. Huh? What? You're saying you saw the glass light stand? Yes. Then change your testimony to reflect that. Sorry, my bad. The witness will revise his testimony. Okay, of course. The light stand was lying on the floor when I looked. Then the next moment I saw Miss Mia run to the left. The killer you attacked her, but she dodged. She turned and ran for the door. That means she went to the right. Miss Mia? Mr. White, did you know the victim personally? No, triple no. How would I? How could I? I see nothing about odd about mentioning knowing the name of the victim. Mr. Wright, I will not have you harassing the witness. You're looking a little flustered, Edgeworth. She turned and ran to the door. What did you do then? I gave chase, of course. No, not me. The killer, I mean. He gave chase. Mr. White, please try to remain calm. Mr. Wright here is only trying to flush you with baseless accusations. Oh, right. Thank you, Miles. Then you did her in with a single blow. Mr. White. It was impossible for you to have seen the light stand. What? The stand broke into pieces when it fell. Just by seeing the broken pieces, you would have no idea it was a light stand. So tell me, exactly when was it that you saw the stand? Answer the question. Is enough. I saw the stand before it fell over. So, you saw the stand before the victim was attacked then? Correct. That would be no problemo, right? There's a big problemo, or a problem here. Our problem is this. Mr. White, let me make sure I have this straight. You saw the glass light stand through the window from the hotel before the incident occurred? Correct. That is so. It's conclusive, definitive, undeniable, unimpeachable. No, it's impossible. You couldn't have seen the stand. What? Why couldn't he? You have proof? I sure do, Your Honor. A person in the hotel could not have seen the stand before it fell over. Look at this. These are the floor plans of the scene of the murder. Yes? Correct, Your Honor. Now look. If you were looking through the window at the office, This is the area you would be able to see. Here. Well, note that the stand is not within the visible area. Well, Mr. White, what do you have to say to that? Ridiculosity. Mr. White, if you were in the Gatewater Hotel as you claim, you could not have seen the stand before it fell over. In fact, you wouldn't have been able to see it after it fell either. There's no way you could have recognized the broken shards as a glass light stand. So, when did you see the stand, Mr. White? It must have been the moment that it fell. And the only place you could have seen that from is from inside the Fey Law offices. In other words, you were at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Mr. White? Mr. White? You did it, didn't you? Your Honor, Miss Mia. Looks like we're about to get our verdict. Objection! That's far enough, Phoenix Wright. What? Oh, I forgot about Edgeworth. Mr. White, I think the time has come. Shouldn't you confess your crimes now? What? I said you should confess your crime. Ergo, confess that you placed the wiretap. The wiretap. He would have gotten in trouble for key fact. You can't feed the defendant or the person on this, you can't feed the defendant or anybody. You can't feed them information on the stand. That's not allowed. And no, a judge wouldn't allow that, at least not in here. They shouldn't, but whatever. Mr. Edgeworth, explain to the court what you mean by this. Distinguished members of the court, Mr. White is slightly confused. Allow me to explain. I really don't like the way this is headed. As you know, Mr. White is the CEO of Blue Corp. He ordered his secretary, Miss April May, to tap the law offices of Miss Fey. What does that have to do? Your Honor, the question is, when was the wiretap placed in the office, and by who? No, you wouldn't. Mr. White, in order to place the wiretap, you entered Miss Fey's office. Am I correct? Correct. You are most correct, Miles. Give me a break. Yes, in order to place the wiretap, I breached the Fey & Co. law offices. That is when I saw the accursed light stand. Now I'm confused. Please explain to the court what all this means, Mr. Edgeworth. Gladly, Your Honor. Mr. Phoenix Wright has made his position quite clear. He has determined that Mr. White knew the glass stand was in the office. He has shown that there was only one time Mr. White could have seen the stand, at the very moment of the murder. Thus, Mr. White would like you to believe that Mr. White was the murderer. I see. However, if it is fact that Mr. White had been to that office well before the murder took place, when he went to the place the wiretap, he could have seen the glass light stand then. Ergo, Mr. Phoenix Wright's theory is revealed for baseless conjecture it is. Damn it. Mr. White, you will testify to the court about this wiretapping. Leave it to me. I feel faint. Witness testimony. It was the beginning of the September, the week before the murder. I had entered the Fey & Co. law offices. Of course, I had done so to place the wiretap. That is when I saw this glass light stand. Except we know when the wiretapping happened because we have the videos. So you saw the stand before the night of the incident. And this is how you were able to identify what had fallen over. By the sound? Correct. That is right. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine. What am I supposed to do now? Good luck, Phoenix. The wiretapping. Do you have proof? Miss April May knew the details of Miss Fey's phone conversation. This proves the wiretape was placed before the murder. Huh? Right. Okay. This is no bearing on the current case. Yes, it does. We have a responsibility to protect client confidentiality. And if a pyramid several days old were found in those were obviously Mr. White's. And if I know Edgeworth, he's already run a check on those prints. Now, Mr. White, tell us why you went to Faye & Co.'s law office. Why did you know something as innocuous as light stand? The light stand was made entirely out of glass. It was quite stylish, so I guess it made a lasting impression on me. Such a beauticious thing deserves attention, does it not? That is all. Damn it. There's nothing there for me to press him on. Oh well, maybe he's rattled enough that I can bluff something out of him. Okay. Uh-oh. Don't tell me I've run out of ammo. Tisk tisk. I'm afraid that's as far as you go, Mr. Wright. The time has come for you to admit your defeat. You fought honorably. No more. I can't take this anymore. Mr. Wright, are you giving up? Yes, Your Honor. Phoenix! Phoenix, over here! I know that voice. Mia? Never give up, Phoenix. Mia.